Hello everyone, welcome back. It has been a long time, and the reason behind it is that I made a move from Android to iOS. Yes, I have been a long time user of Android. I think I've been using it since time immemorial, like from my high school days. So I have been an Android user since the ice cream sandwich version of it. No, I think the gingerbread version. So it has been a really long run with it, and I was wanting to try something new. So the move to iOS. So majority of the people say that why and what will be the experience when you move from Android to iOS. Some are pretty scared about it, and some feel that it's going to be a cakewalk. So I thought let's explore it myself. So in doing that, I moved to the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I am going to tell you my story about how I felt when I moved from Android to iOS. With the Android, there is a power of customizability that comes with it. iOS is definitely picking up now, but Android is mainly known for that. So that being said, you all know the customizability that I have been showing off on the channel. There are so many ways that you can change things and tweak it to your understanding and to your liking. Like for example, a very small example is swipe from the middle of the screen to pull down the notification bar. Samsung is one of those users that provides this customizability, and it makes life very easy. In doing so, you not only save some time, also the large screens provide you ease of use. Along with that, you can change the font, wallpapers, themes, and so much more in Android. That sometimes gives you a feel of making the device yours. Those are the things I will definitely miss with Android, but again, iOS is a completely new experience, and I would love to talk about that. When I was moving to iOS, as in I was going to buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max, that is when people were telling me that it is going to be a huge curve or a huge learning curve, and that I should really consider before moving from one ecosystem to another. So when I did it, I do agree that there is a small learning curve, but both of those ecosystems are no longer that different as they were maybe some 10 years ago. So at this point, there are certain differences, as in all of the settings are no longer in the apps. You have to go to the settings page and you'll find them there. For example, in Android, if you go to the camera app and you want the settings, you go into the app, and that is where you'll find them. But with iOS, everything is aggregated inside the settings app. That is slightly different from what we always expect. There are other differences also, like the storage is specific to each and every app, as in what you store in the Files app and what you see in the Photos app, both are different storages. Even though the physical storage is the same, iOS has partitioned it per each app. So you have to learn that whatever you have in the Photos app is you get it from the camera and so on and so forth. And when you use or store anything specifically from an app, it is stored in that app itself. But now there are a few options to move them from one to another, but that is an extra step. Also, I learned that migrating like things like WhatsApp chats from Android to iOS is almost impossible. It takes so many steps that one would not go ahead to do it. The thing here with iOS is that it is very easy and intuitive to understand. So once you get the hang of it, it will be good. The fluidity of the system and the games which are created, the good thing is that each developer has to create all of the apps for only one specific version of iOS. So those are really compatible with each of them. And now when I will talk about the iPhone 13 Pro Max specifically, I will talk about features like the battery life. The battery life on this phone is excellent. So when comparing it with the S10, I am finding that this one is much better optimized and the battery life is much better. So that is something which I'm really enjoying. The screen is basically an OLED panel, so it is similar to what I had on the Samsung, and Samsungs have got one of the best screens in the world. So that is something which is very similar. There is also a 120Hz refresh option, which is now present on almost every other Android phone. So that is also not a departure. The software is where this change happens. And as I explained it to you, all of the software changes are something which you just need to get used to. Once you get used to, it's not a big change. Another thing that you have to remember is that when you want to move things using Bluetooth, in iOS you cannot move it directly using the transfer option. Like in Android, we used to just say go to Bluetooth, select the person you want to send to, and that file is sent. But this doesn't happen in iOS. I was actually very surprised the first time I tried to do it. So I found out the hard way that no, that is not possible. I did a little bit of research on it and found out that this is due to some security measures. And after I read a little more in detail about it, I understood that okay, this is something that we need to live with because of this feature, and I'm fine with it. So in the long run, if you use an entire Apple ecosystem, like if you use the Apple Watch, if you use the iPhone, if you use the Mac, and if you're using an iPad, then everything can be moved from one device to another using AirDrop. And that is very easy to use. You just select the person or the device and it immediately goes through. So when comparing the ecosystem as a whole, you will not see a big difference. But when you want to move from iOS to Android or from Android to iOS, that is when you have to use specialized apps to move to transfer the data. That has been a slight hassle, but well, I'm getting used to it now. So overall, I will say that I'm really enjoying the iOS experience. It has got something different to offer, much different than Android. There is no good technology or bad technology. Everything is for the better, and once you embrace it, it will be for the good. So like, I won't say that I don't miss Android. I definitely miss some of its customizability, but this is a step forward to try something new in life. If you like my video, do consider subscribing and liking the video. Also mention in the comments below if you would like me to compare any specific feature or app as compared to Android, and I will definitely do it in the next video. Till then, goodbye.